I'm going to show you exactly what I would do to start selling on Amazon with less than $500. Now what I'm going to show you in this video is something called retail arbitrage. Now there's a couple of ways that I would suggest you go with retail arbitrage. You can either use retail arbitrage as your main income, so you can use what I'm about to teach you in this video and really grow your income, have a consistent income with retail arbitrage. Or you can do what I would suggest to get yourself started, get yourself a small base of income, save up some money, and then put it into Amazon FBA private label, which I'll talk a little bit more about later in this video. So what is retail arbitrage or reselling on Amazon, and why is it so good? So there's a few reasons for that, and this is what I want to get into. Retail arbitrage or reselling on Amazon is really great to get into if you are on a low budget or if you're just getting started. It's really, really great for beginners, easy to get into, and something that you can build yourself on with basically nothing, very, very little money. So what retail arbitrage is you are finding discounted products that are mainly big products that you don't have to make your own products. You are reselling products that people are already selling. So you're reselling branded products, could be beauty products, could be skincare, could be baby products, toys, basically anything, right? You are selling products that are already on Amazon. You're finding them at discounted rates. So usually, and if you're doing it in Australia, you can do this from, find them discounted from Big W, from wholesalers. You can find it from Target, you can find it from TK Maxx, Priceline, anywhere where there are discounts. And what you're doing is you are figuring out whether it is cheap enough, if there's enough profit for you to buy the product, ship it to Amazon, and sell it on Amazon's platform. The great thing is you don't have to put in a lot of money up front for bulk inventory. And the good part about this is that you don't have to be an expert at it. It is something that you as a beginner can really get into today and create a seller account, and then you can start going out and buying products and reselling them on Amazon for a profit. Now, while the basis of this sounds quite easy, there are some things that you need to consider and the things that you need to look out for. You can't just pick up any random product that you find in store and it's going to sell for a profit. There are going to be things that you need to look at when first getting started, and that's what we're going to go through in this video. But this is what I would personally suggest you do if you first want to get started selling on Amazon as a beginner. You don't have much of an investment that you can put into this business. What I personally teach is Amazon FBA private label, and that usually requires you to buy your first bulk order. And usually that's going to cost you around $1,500 to $2,000. And not everyone has that. This is what I would suggest you get into to build up that initial investment and then put it into private label to purchase your own products in bulk. And I'm going to tell you why I think that's a better way to go in the long run. I'll explain that later in the video. So first off, how do we find products and how do we know if it's going to be profitable or not to sell? Well, first off, you can actually use Amazon's own app. I don't know if that's going to focus in or not. You can actually click on this top right button right here and it will actually take you to the camera. Now, why is that so good? So you can actually use that camera part of the app, access your camera, and it will actually have its own little scanner, and you can actually scan barcodes that you find in store, whether you go to Big W, whether you go to any discount stores, Kmart, Target, TK Maxx, like I was saying, Priceline, and you can actually scan these up and it will show you what it sells for on Amazon and what Amazon's fulfillment fees are. Let's say we wanted to sell one of these moisturizing lotions, okay? Now, obviously we have one here, but let's say we wanted to find one in store to scan. So as we can see online, we have one of these same ones here from Priceline for $13.59. So let's say we were in store and we wanted to scan this product up. How do we go about that? So we would obviously get the barcode here. So we can get the barcode. Now we can actually go to our seller app. Hopefully this focuses in. We can actually click the top right here. So I've just scanned the barcode with the camera on the Amazon seller app, and it's actually come up with the listing. So we've got the listing here. Now hopefully this focuses in. So we've got the exact bottle. Now it says it requires approval here. So that is something that you're going to have to consider, is that some of these you're going to have to require approval to sell. Usually what that means is that you will have to either purchase them online, get an invoice from the company and give it to Amazon, and they will allow you to sell it. Sometimes you need other pieces of documents to sell in there. Usually it's quite easy to get ungated in these categories, but that's another thing to notice as well. So let's say we wanted to sell this. So what we would do is go to the gross proceeds here. You want to make sure that you are in FBA. So this is the FBA calculator. We want to make sure that we are in Amazon fulfillment. So from here, we are going to put in the item price. Now I've basically looked it up on Amazon, and this same bottle, the same size, is selling for $31.40. Okay, so what we're going to put in here is the item price. I'm going to put in $31.40. And then the next thing that we need to do, because we've already got the Amazon seller fees, we already know how much the fees are going to cost. Okay, so what we're going to do from here is we just hit return, and then we're also going to do cost of purchase. So the cost of purchase was $13.59 from Priceline. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hit that. Hopefully this focuses in, and that's going to give us our overall profit, which you can see here is down the bottom here, is $6.37. So that is a net margin of 20%. So 20.31%. So essentially what you could do from here is you could basically buy 10 of these. And if you sell all 10, that gives you over $60 profit. Obviously there's a bit more that goes into it. There's some other factors that you might need to consider in terms of costs, but that is essentially how arbitrage works. So while you're doing product research, here's a few things that I'd suggest you look out for. You need to look out for the BSR, or the bestseller rating, and you also need to look out for reviews. So it's not just profit, okay? You need to make sure that you're finding products that have enough demand and aren't too competitive. So with bestseller ratings, the lower the better. So if you could find something that was really profitable, had low reviews, is selling quite well, it's got a bestseller rating of under 500 or 100, you're sort of in the gold mine area, because anything that has low competition but is also selling really well is better for you as a reseller. So for reviews in the Aussie market, I would suggest to look for something under 300 reviews, a product maybe possibly under 100 reviews. So you got to factor those in as well. So if you look at something that has lower reviews, it means that it more likely has less competition and better for you to come in and start selling these products quite consistently. There are two main ways that you can go about retail arbitrage, about reselling on Amazon, and they are FBM and FBA. Now, FBM means fulfilled by merchant, or fulfillment by merchant, and that means that when you buy these products, so if you were to buy, discount products from Big W, TK Maxx, wherever you find these discount products for, if you find something that has really good profit margins and it's something that you think you can sell, you can use FBM, which means that when you list it on Amazon, you're the one who ships it to the customer. Okay, you put the labels on them, you're the one who deals with the shipment. Now, what I would suggest is to do Amazon FBA, which is fulfillment by Amazon. And that means that if you buy a bulk amount of products, let's say you find 4 or 5 products that you think are really, really good to sell, maybe you buy a few of them each, right? And you have a whole bunch of products that you want to sell on Amazon. You can actually ship them all in one singular box or a couple of boxes, put the labels on them, and you can ship them to Amazon's warehouse yourself. You could use a carrier like Ozpost, maybe you could use StarTrack, right? You can use these Aussie freight companies to actually ship it to the Amazon warehouse for you. And then what happens from there is that Amazon actually receives your product in and stores it for you. And then that means that you can also use Amazon's Prime shipment service. So that means that when you make a sale, Amazon are the ones who ship it out to your customer for you. You don't have to worry about it. That's why we're looking at, when we look at profits, we look at Amazon's seller fee and fulfillment fee, because that saves a lot of trouble for yourself. So when you make a sale on the product, you pay a small fee to Amazon. They're the ones who ship it out directly to your customer for you. You don't have to worry about it. And then also with returns, basically Amazon deals with that as well. So it's a really, really good option if you don't want a bunch of stock sitting at your house, or you don't want to worry about shipping out each individual order yourself. You can buy them, all these in bulk, and as well, there's a lot less risk with doing retail arbitrage and building up your momentum as a seller compared to Amazon FBA private label. Now again, if you do private label right, I'll explain a bit more about private label in a second, but if you do it right, it's obviously going to be less risk involved. But if you really, really don't have much to invest, then retail arbitrage might be the best way to go. So as I mentioned before, you can actually buy all these individual products. If you have a bunch of products that you found at discount that you know sell on Amazon, you can actually bundle them all up together, ship them in one big package to an Amazon warehouse. Now, in order to do that, you're going to need to create an Amazon FBA shipment plan. And I actually have a video on how to do this on my channel, so go ahead, I'll leave it around here somewhere. You can click that and watch it for yourself. That's a video in itself. Essentially what you're doing here is you're just prepping the products that you've already purchased at a discounted rate, and you are just putting your own Amazon FBA label on them, basically Amazon FBA barcode, and then all you're doing after that is printing out your own shipment label to put on your bigger box that you're shipping to the Amazon warehouse. And then once Amazon receives your product, that is your end of the work done. Once you start making sales, Amazon are the ones who ships it out to your customers for you, and you are left over with the profit. Now you can decide whether you want to continue selling the products that you are already selling. You can continue to buy more products, and the goal of this is to grow it as much as you can. You keep buying the products that are selling, you keep buying the products that are in demand, and you keep flipping them for a profit on Amazon. Now, like I explained earlier in the video, I would use this as the driver to get yourself the little nest egg that you need to get yourself that first initial investment, save up the money to get into Amazon FBA private label. And the reason I say this is because you can actually sell at a bigger profit margin. You can sell your own product, you can have your own design, and you really can drive the velocity of those sales a lot higher, in my opinion, than arbitrage. I like arbitrage as a small investment starter to really drive yourself to get into your private label, because that's when you can start ordering in hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of units, and you can sell them at a faster rate. With Amazon FBA private label, you can get into more variety of different products. You have your own brand that you're selling, and you can really be a dominator of a particular product and of a particular niche on Amazon, especially right here in Australia. Amazon FBA private label is what I've been doing for the past 6 or so years, and I've been teaching it for over the past 5 years now, and we've had a lot of different sellers, a lot of different success stories come out of private label. Amazon private label, it might be something that you can do more in the long term, because the plus side of private label is that once you have your product up and selling, you never have to see or touch a product. With arbitrage, even if it's online arbitrage, you still have to send the products to your house or to a prep center and get the products basically prepped up and sent to the Amazon warehouse. And especially if you're a beginner in this, you're gonna have to get them sent to your place, or you buy the products yourself and send them off. With Amazon private label, you just get it directly from the supplier that you're buying it from. They send it to an Amazon warehouse for you. And because it's your own branded product, you don't have to go through all of these extra steps, okay? There's still steps involved, but you don't have to see or touch the product at all. And the scalability of that business, I'd say, is a lot higher, and it's easier, in my opinion, once you get the hang of it, it's easier to scale than arbitrage, because you're not stuck with this warehouse full of products. You can just have it sent directly from the supplier directly to Amazon, and then again, Amazon ship it out directly to the customer for you. But the reason I'm talking about arbitrage is because a lot of people don't have that initial investment. I'd say at least around $1,500 to get started selling on Amazon. You need to bulk order inventory. If you don't have that capital, then arbitrage might be the way to go for you. Now, if you're looking to get started with Amazon FBA, you're looking to just get started learning about Amazon, I have videos on this channel as well. And as well, I do have a full entire course built directly for Aussies who want to get involved with Amazon FBA, more in particular Amazon FBA private label. So if you want to get involved with that, if you do have that initial investment and you really want to turn it into more money, then check the links down below. I have all the details about Ecom Educate down below. Like I said, I've been doing this for the past 5+ years, teaching people, a lot of success stories. And make sure to check out the Discord, okay? All for Aussie sellers, we have a complete Discord, a complete community. Click the first link down below, and I hope to see you there. But apart from that, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day or night wherever you're watching. Stay safe. See you guys in the next one.